Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
What is going on, beautiful people, and thank you for tuning in. All right, in this episode, we're going to talk about one of the most trendy fitness events that are happening worldwide, HYROX. So we're going to talk about how we ran our event at the gym last weekend, and we're going to talk about some of the things to get maybe you involved into potentially a future race. So we hope that you dig this episode. We appreciate you, and let's get into it.
Like you're one of the girls.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, team?
Well, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Are you having a great day today, my love?
A wonderful day.
We just had a lovely sit-down lunch together.
Wow, we ate lunch. We woke up together this morning and we ate lunch together today.
Wow.
What a treat.
That's why you're in such a good mood right now.
Yeah, just being around you makes me so happy.
Most people say the same thing. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's just my pride and joy right there.
Yeah. All right. We have a fun episode lined up, and we got to get into this because somebody has to go do their workout soonish.
Me. That's me.
You're going to be jumping into Coach J-Dub's 4 p.m. class. So we got to get you...
I love my 4 p.m. on Tuesdays.
We got to get you through this pod.
Let's do it.
And we got to get you ready for some clean and jerks in the class.
We're doing clean and jerks today.
Doing cleans as a strength piece, touch and go clean, so barbell cycling.
Mm.
And then you got a nice conditioning piece with bike, so bike / echo bike, and then clean and jerks. So,
ooh. I will wait.
The RX weight is 105 for the females, 155 for the males. Yeah.
Yay!
Yahoo! So good workout ahead for you. But
I'm excited.
What's even better is this podcast. All right.
Is it?
We had
They'll be the judge.
Yeah, hopefully. We had a good question. What's the sound, my love? What's the sound we made for this?
It's like,
there it is. We had a good question from one of our awesome clients.
I'm so proud of myself for remembering that.
And it was Jason, Jason has 3 kids.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Noah's 4 years old.
Never mind, I'll circle back after. You keep telling your story.
And he also has 2 twins that are they 14?
Well, he has twins.
He has twins, yeah. Sorry, not 2 twins. He's got twins. He's got twins.
They're 14?
I think
Grade
they're
9,
14 years old.
Right? They're in grade 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe 14 years old. Sorry, Jay, if we got that wrong.
Layla and Logan.
Yeah, shout out to Layla and Logan, who are becoming very, very serious Olympic lifters.
Athletes.
Which is really cool. If you guys don't know, Jason lives a good distance away from the gym, but he works in the area. So that's why he trains at CrossFit Max, but his kids and his wife go to a gym local to where they live at CrossFit La Cité. And they have been doing, his kiddos have been doing the Olympic lifting program there.
That's so sick.
And yeah, it's really cool. I
wish I did that.
Was it provincials they did? Provincials, and Layla crushed it. Logan, I think, just missed it barely. But anyway, so freaking cool that their kiddos are doing Olympic lifting.
They're competing. They're doing it. They're doing the thing.
Yeah. And
they're
also
PRing their lifts.
Him and Mara are signed up for our Turn Up the Heat competition, which is in less than 2 months now.
Damn.
Which is crazy.
Damn.
Reaching out to all the sponsors now. We got some cool sponsors lined up this year. I'm very excited to announce it. We got some new ones. We also have our DJ Navidad making a comeback.
Wait, is this a big announcement that we just dropped? Like, as an aside?
Hell yeah, DJ Navidad's back, because last year, freak man, doing the music and running the event at the same time was rough. But anyways, DJ Navidad.
Last year we had DJ Navidad's equipment,
yes,
but we didn't have DJ Navidad. Instead, we had his dog.
Yeah, we did have his dog.
That was the best.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be away, but turns out he's coming back the day before from vacation. So
honestly,
I mean, it's not 100%, but it seems quite
promising.
We've
announced it on the podcast now, so this is pretty much a binding contract.
Anyways, going back to Jason and Mara doing the Turn Up the Heat. The kiddos are killing it. Noah's 4 years old and he's climbing shit everywhere here. But what I wanted to say was his question.
Get to the question.
His question, and the reason I was talking about his kids is because just like what we've been going through, he's been sick many times throughout this early start of the year. We are on the 5th
I think
month.
I can count on one hand the number of times I've been healthy this year.
I was thought you were going to say the opposite. I was like, well, I mean, that's not that impressive, but yes, now I see what you're saying. I see where you got to. So Jason had a question, and his question was, how should you approach training when you're sick?
Don't quit, give up, stay home.
That's it. That's a great advice.
Anyways, that's a wrap on this week's episode.
Thanks, Jay.
See you guys next week.
Okay, so this is a really good question, and it's obviously very unique to each person's
nuance.
Yeah, it's unique to each person's sickness, their virus, what they're going through, their background, all that stuff. Their overall health, because health is super important. The healthier you are, the better you're going to be able to fight any sort of virus that's in the system and be able to recover and move your body, right? So
right.
It's going to be different for everyone, but there are some like general rules that you can kind of follow. At the beginning, when you start feeling like absolute crap, depending if you have fever or things like that, typically when I get sick, I have like a lot of body aches. Like my body just really, really aches, and it's hard to move. So
yeah. The man colds are tough.
The man colds are really tough. Yeah. Susie would never understand.
I wouldn't.
I mean, I guess you've given birth, so it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Every woman
same.
in their car right now is like, but yes. So personally for myself, I usually, when I start getting sick, I really have like a lot of aches and pains throughout my body.
And as a result, I have aches and pains throughout my soul.
What are the typical symptoms when you have like a flu or a cold?
I don't know. I don't really feel like I get body aches so much. I just feel tired.
Yeah. Like really low
Fatigued,
energy,
low
sniffles,
energy,
sort throat, things like
cranky.
that. Cranky. Yeah. Yeah. So usually the
I
first...
baited you there and you didn't bite.
I've already pushed my luck with the man cold. So usually the first couple days you have to rest. Like you can't put that strain on your body. Just take those first couple days, and again, depending on the actual virus itself, like if it's really like making you bedridden for several days, then that's something different. But usually the first couple days
like we're talking
nothing.
about like the average cold and flu-y vibe.
Yes, yeah. So the first couple days you actually don't want to train at all. Your body is fighting something. You are maybe even having a hard time putting food down. So you just... energy coming into the system is not there. So if the energy is not coming in, the energy going out is not going to be there as well.
Right.
Your body is in overcharge right now. It's overworking. It's in overtime right now. So you need to let it do its thing. Right. So that's usually the first couple days. But once you start to, like, let's say not have so many body aches and you start to feel like you can start to move a little bit more, feel like you can get off the couch or your bed, then you need to start moving. And at the beginning, it has to be more gentle. So think gentle walks, going for a walk with the family, getting some fresh air, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and just getting some general easy movement in. Intensity does not need to be there right now. You shouldn't really be lifting like heavy weights or really any weights, period. But this is the time, like you're talking like day 3, day 4, where you should start to get some light movement.
When you're not feeling great, but you need to just get off your couch.
Yes, yeah. So usually around day 3 or day 4, you should start to do some like extra light work. And I know in the moment, it might not feel like that. In the moment, going for a 15 to 30 minute walk might feel like running a 5K.
Yeah.
But your body needs to start moving. It's going to promote blood flow. It's going to getting some fresh air, getting some vitamin D, getting out of like this ultra sedentary position that you've been in for, at least a couple of days now. You got to get your body moving here. It will speed up the recovery process of the virus or the cold, whatever you're going through.
Okay.
After that, it you can slowly start going to the gym. So think day 5, day 6 maybe. Then you can start coming to the gym, but you just got to bring the intensity way low. You shouldn't be trying to hit heavy weights. You shouldn't be trying to do PRs. You shouldn't be trying to kill it in the conditioning pieces. This is a moment where, again, energy in for several days has been wonky. Energy out is also going to be wonky as well. So you can't just bring maximum intensity. And although, this is kind of this funny meme out there, it's like you don't train for 1 week and you feel like you've lost the last 10 years of your fitness.
Yeah,
it's gonna feel like that when you get back and you're like, shit, the barbell feels really heavy, the conditioning feels super hard, I feel like I can't breathe, what the hell? And that's totally normal. So you just got to bring the intensity way down, but get into the gym, right? As long as you're not sneezing and coughing on everything and on everyone, then you can start moving and bring some really low intensity to the gym.
Right.
You should also really try to dial in your nutrition at this point. Hopefully you're starting to be able to put some food down, get your vegetable intake, take your vitamins, things like that. Boost up a little bit on the vitamins if you do take multivitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, things like that. So boost up on that and try to get your eating habits, especially your hydration as well, back in check here ASAP. That should be the goal, aside from working out.
And then quit being soft.
Yeah. Would you want to
now
elaborate?
You're day 6 or 7.
Yeah, like 1 week after.
You took the rest.
Yeah.
Now you're just feeling a little sorry for yourself.
Yeah. Well,
and that's where you gotta just push through and show up at the gym. And you don't have to send it at the gym, but like you're fine.
Yeah.
Put your big boy pants on.
Taking more than a week off from exercise, like you're now really overdoing it. Again, this is case by case, and we're talking like a bad cold
sickness. We're not talking about like hospitalized sickness.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we're talking about a bad cold. Like after a week, you got to be getting back into training, and like Susie said, you don't have to be bringing the intensity. Those things will come, and you'll feel better and better every day. But you gotta be getting back into it. You can't be taking more than a week off. Even if you just come
and we fully modify the workout for you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, there's cleans on the board? No stress.
That's what we're here for. But I feel like sometimes we get a little soft when we're not feeling good.
Yeah, especially the men.
That's what I was going to say, but I felt bad saying it. But since now you said it. And you just have to, dig up a little bit of courage and get your booty in the gym.
Yeah. Which is, Jay's probably asking this question because he's probably on the opposite end of that spectrum. He's like, really, I want to get into the gym tomorrow. And it's like, so Jay, if you're listening to this, we've had this little talk, but yeah, you need to be able to rest at the beginning. You need to take at least a couple days just to off, and then start to get some like general movement in. And then once you feel like, okay, I can go for a 15, 20 minute walk, then you can get yourself back in the gym. And then from there, just bring the intensity way lower, scale the movements, scale the weight, scale the intensity, just move. Your immune system will feel much better as you're moving. And then, within like a week, like if you're pushing it beyond a week, it's either because you're really sick or because you're being a little bit on the softer side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have any sort of like gastro-like sickness, just stay away from everyone.
Yeah, it's been kind of going around, huh? But
I'm pretty sure Thomas was patient 0, so it's pretty much our fault. But anyway.
Yeah, but I'd also just like to, on that topic, just end it where sometimes we forget that training and exercise and eating healthy and sleeping, all of these things play a major role in our immune system, right?
Absolutely.
So a lot of times we just think that like, oh, I just caught a random cold and then like I'm bedridden for 2 weeks. And a lot of the times people who are dragging on their cold-like symptoms, it's because they are unhealthy, right? They aren't eating super well on a day-to-day basis. They aren't incorporating movement on a day-to-day basis. They're not sleeping well. They're, carrying excess body fat on their body, right? So inflammation is just naturally higher when inflammation should be used when we have a virus. Like inflammation is one of our first fighting mechanisms once we catch a virus.
Right.
So if inflammation is being overworked because we have excess body weight, then our inflammation is slow to react because it doesn't know the difference between having that excess body weight versus like having an
actual
intruder.
virus.
Yeah. So, yeah, just the importance of your overall health has a massive role on how you're going to be able to fight a virus and how you're going to be able to recover from a cold as well. So
yeah, and I would say like the early days before you feel really bad, and once you start to feel slightly better, getting a little bit of movement, getting your blood flowing, getting your circulation going is going to speed up the healing process.
Yeah.
In most situations, there are obviously situations where that's not recommended, but
Yeah.
we're talking about like just like a general cold and flu here.
Yeah.
Getting some fresh air, moving your body, you're gonna feel better.
You will. It'll suck in the moment, but you'll feel much better after.
Yeah.
So Jay, hopefully that was a good answer for you. Again, the goal should be, normally when you're sick, you don't feel super good in terms of like nutrition and eating.
Like
either
why
you
is it
don't
when
wanna
you're
eat
sick you
or-
just want to eat garbage food?
Not always. Some people just don't want to eat at all, right? So sometimes you're like, I don't want to eat anything.
I just want like fried food. When
Yeah,
I'm
some
sick.
people, yeah, that's happened to me for sure. Like to me, it's never always like that, but yeah. So your nutrition is kind of just thrown out the window for a couple of days. So you really, number one, hydrate as best you can. Get an electrolyte in. Get like hydration going as fast as you possibly can. Get extra vitamins in if you can as well. Start eating, going back to a normal eating routine where you're eating protein, vegetables, fruits, things like that. And then, slowly but surely take a couple days off, then a couple days after that of light movement, then a couple days of like in the gym, low intensity work, followed by slowly building back up to your tolerance. And by then, after like 7 to let's say 10 or even 14 days, you'll probably be feeling normal. Cool. Breakdown. All right.
Whoa.
What?
I wanted to say something earlier, but I was like, oh, we'll circle back. And,
Sorry. Go.
But now it feels like random to say it.
Yeah,
but
so say it.
anyways.
What's the random? Come on, rando.
I got so much positive feedback about our episode last week where we were playing the guessing game of the member.
Oh, you got positive feedback. Nice.
You got negative feedback?
No, just kidding. No.
Oh, did you really?
No, I didn't get any. I didn't get any feedback. What the hell, guys?
I got a lot of people writing to me being like, this was so funny, or I was laughing out loud
you did?
listening. I did see Stephanie Reeves this week in the gym and gave her the biggest hug and apologized for forgetting she existed for a few minutes.
I didn't even think Alexa said anything to me.
Yeah, she probably didn't listen to the episode.
Damn. No, she's pretty good at the listening.
She does
to the
listen,
pod.
I think.
Yeah, she's a listener for sure.
She's a listener.
Alexa, what the hell? Come on, I got your name in like 3 seconds, girl.
Yeah. Anyways. So
what was the feedback?
It was just that it was funny and that
Okay.
like people like got like a good laugh.
If you guys don't know what the hell
we're
we're talking about, last week we
check
did
out last week.
we did
I'm thinking of a member,
thinking of a
and then we
member.
have to ask yes or no questions until we guess who the member was.
Susie took a little bit of time.
Okay, first of all, we're gonna play it again another time, and you're gonna go first.
Okay, good. Oh, like I'm gonna guess first?
Yeah,
All right, let's go. I'm ready. I know
Anyways.
these members inside and out, baby.
that's a bit too intimate for my taste.
Okay, should we get into the episode?
Now you can get into your episode.
Last week we had our first HYROX simulation at the gym.
It was my first time ever doing anything HYROX-y.
Was it your first HYROX?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
You did it with Malice. So it was a partner half HYROX that we ran at the gym.
Yeah.
And man, it was fun.
It was really fun. I liked it more than I thought I was gonna like it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What part? The whole thing? Was there like
Finishing it. It was so
finishing?
fun. No, but I thought it was harder than I thought at first. And
Yeah.
then the second half, I thought it was a lot easier than I thought.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's give a little bit of background. We affiliated with HYROX. It's been 2 months now.
2 months.
2 months. It is a very, very trendy sport right now. The race, it's HYROX. If you don't know what it is a race with running and 8 different stations. You do the full HYROX is 1 kilometer of running at the beginning of every station. So you do 1K to start. Then it's 1,000 meters on the rowing machine. Sorry, the ski machine. Already messed it up. Damn it.
Dude.
1,000 meters on the ski machine, into 50 meters of sled push, into 50 meters of sled pull, into 80 meters of burpee broad jumps, into 1,000 meters of row, into 200 meters, 200 meters of farmer carry into 100 meters of sandbag walking lunges into 100 wall balls. And at the beginning of every station, like I said, you have to run 1 kilometer. So it goes 1K ski, 1K sled push, 1K sled pull, etc. So it is a universal, global...
The workout doesn't change.
Universal. It's in the universe. It is well known around the world. It's a very, very popular race right now. And we're starting to see a lot more affiliates like us kind of hop on that trend here. Yeah, because there's 3 things that I really love about it. Number 1, it incorporates functional training. Number 2, it incorporates running. And number 3, it incorporates some sort of aerobic endurance base here, right? It is a longer event. For the full HYROX, you're looking at anywhere around an hour and a half, depending on how fit you are. Like the world record is just under an hour. I think it's like around the 55 minute, if I'm not mistaken, which is absolutely a savage. And you like Jason did it at an event a couple months. He did a full one, and he did it in an hour 19, if I'm not mistaken, an hour 19.
Sounds right.
So depending on your fitness, it's about an hour and a half event, the full one. We did a half one here with a partner, and it was just cool to set up the gym. I am very, like, if you're a member here, you know that I have, people call it OCD, but I like to call it art. I love to have the placements for everything set up on the floor.
You're organized.
Yeah, hell yeah. I just feel like that is such a cool part of the coaching process. Yeah, I learned that actually from one of my mentors, LP. That was one thing that we used to work on a lot when we were setting up the gym, because back then, before boutique gyms were around, CrossFit was one of the main ones doing this type of group fitness, and it was just chaos. All right, grab a box, grab a barbell, dumbbells here, and you're like colliding over people and stuff like that, and it was just a little bit chaotic. So I really love the systems, the floor plans, like all that stuff just gets me really excited. So yeah, anyways, it was cool to set up the gym on Friday night, to have the 8 stations. It took me almost 3 hours to kind of visualize it, see how the transitions are going to go, who's going to go where and stuff. And I thought it was really cool, that element, to see our gym like that, to have like the 8 different stations with the running. And then it was cool. And then on Saturday morning, we had 12 teams go through, or technically 11 teams plus Justin did it solo. He stepped in as a solo athlete. And that was really, really fun. We got to meet some
new people,
people who came to the gym for the very first time ever. Some, like a team of girls came from, like, I don't know, how was it, Juliette? Like, how far is that? It's gotta be like,
girl, I don't know.
She called me girl.
Yeah. I was like, girl. And then I looked at you and I was like, well, that came out. Girl, I don't know.
That's how we started the pod. Talk to me like I'm one of your girls. Yeah. Anyways, it came out from Joliet, which I think is like almost an hour away.
How many times have you been called girl in your life?
I don't know. But anyways, 40 people are gonna start calling me girl now.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Anyways, it's gotta be at least 45 minutes away, and these two girls came.
Said anyways, like 10 times, trying to scramble out of there. Anyways.
All right.
So we're moving on.
We're going on to the girls here, the actual girls who signed up for our freaking half HYROX.
Shout out to the gals.
Those 2 girls showed up. It was their very first HYROX event, so that was cool for them. There were some other people from like the South Shore that came, which is, again, depending on where in the South Shore, 45-ish minutes away.
Far.
And yeah, and then we had a few of our CrossFit Max members participate in it. We had Justin do it solo, and yeah, it was just really cool to see the team. Susie did it with Malice.
Yeah.
And your time for the partner half HYROX was
33? 32, I think.
Yeah, 32. And
which is crazy because a 2-boy team did it in 33:22.
Yeah.
And The way
And,
we
like,
could have found 11 seconds in there for sure had we known.
The fun thing about that also is that we know them very well. Like
They're
the
friends.
two boys are like close friends of ours. So it was fun. It was a fun little banter between Susie Malis and then Rich and Alex.
Yeah, and then to find out that we were that close in time was crazy.
Yeah. So that was really cool. It was cool to also the volunteers that stepped up to the
our
CrossFit
members
Max
are the
volunteers.
best.
Yeah, they showed up at 8:00 on a Saturday morning to judge the event, and there's always such a fun energy when there's like events going on at the gym. This simulation, so we marketed it as like a simulation rather than a race.
Mm-hmm.
It was an opportunity for people to kind of test out what HYROX feels like, how it is, and I think that they did get a good test.
Yeah.
But it was very short notice. Like I think it was like 2 months ago we just said that we were going to be doing this.
Yeah.
So I wish there was like twice or even 3 times the amount of teams.
Yeah, we got a little
participated.
taste of what it could have been.
Yeah.
And then it was like, damn, we need more.
Yeah, like there was 12 teams that went at it, and I would love to have like 24 teams go at this next time. That would be really cool. I for sure want to announce one soon that we'll probably do on either end of August, maybe even like beginning of September. Yeah, and market that more of like a race, have like an official like time and everything like that. But anyways, if you are looking to get into some HYROX events this year, I would highly recommend it. These things are extra popular right now. There's probably one going on every single weekend somewhere around where you're at. I really wanted to do the big Canadian one in Toronto, and that sold out immediately, which was very, very unfortunate. I went on as a affiliate, HYROX affiliate, we got like access to pre-sale, and I think I signed on like an hour after it, and I didn't realize, and it was actually sold out, the pre-sale. And I was like, damn, I was not expecting that. And then the next day, I was not available. My partner was going to purchase the tickets, and they went on 20 minutes before the actual sale went out to the public, and they were like 7,000 or 6,000 on the wait list to get tickets, and they did not get tickets either. So it's crazy to see how popular these big HYROX.
We need one in Montreal.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand why there isn't one in Montreal. There's one in Ottawa happening this weekend. Then the Toronto one is in October. But we for sure need one in Montreal. It would be massive in Montreal. And I would imagine that a lot of like people from Montreal are traveling to go to Toronto to do that event. So
Oh, absolutely. I think Canada-wide people are going to be traveling to go.
yeah, and then there's also a Vancouver one. So there's Ottawa, Toronto, and a Vancouver one. So hey, HYROX, we got to get one in Montreal here. Let's go. Come on. But very popular. I think why it's so popular is because maybe like I don't
It's
want
accessible?
Yeah, it's more accessible. I don't want to say it's easier. It's more accessible. And it's a repeatable race.
I like that factor as well. Like you can do one HYROX and then retest a HYROX, and it's going to be the same workout, so it's a legitimate retest.
Yeah. I don't know how many years it's going to be popular for. Like, is this going to last a decade? Are they going to come up with a second type of race for it? Like, I'm interested to see what the evolution is of HYROX. Because
early days right now.
Yeah, it is early days, and it's
What is it, like 5 years it's been around?
Yeah, probably about 5-ish years. Yeah,
and it's only really exploded the last 2, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think it started like right before COVID, if I'm not mistaken. But then COVID happened, and then it started coming back right after COVID. So yeah, it's probably been very popular like the last 2-3 years. But yeah, it's just like you gotta run, you gotta do those 8 stations. They're the same stations every time, so training becomes a little bit easier because you know like what you have to work on. Yeah,
unlike CrossFit where it's so broad that it's hard necessarily to like prepare for a CrossFit competition if you don't know the workouts in advance, because there's just such a broad spectrum of what it could be.
Yeah, that's the beauty side of CrossFit, but for sure it's, you know, some people are like, well, I prefer the knowing what I'm doing. And
well, that's what I mean. It's like less intimidating to sign up for a HYROX because you know what you're going to get.
Yeah. You know what? HYROX is getting so big, and I don't know if you knew this or even saw this, but CrossFit is officially releasing a competition where they're going to release the actual tests of the workouts, and they are going to be the same tests all year long, and they're going to do kind of like these pop-ups around the world. So I forget what the freaking name is. I should have looked at it, but
so like a CrossFit version of HYROX, like a uniform,
you know what the test is.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Test.
So let's say
It's
three
very
rounds for time, 500 meter row, 10 clean and jerks at 135.95. And it's like,
You can
that's
practice
going
that
to be
workout.
the event everywhere in the world. And there's going to be, and the cool thing is that like you can sign up for it. Like, so let's say they pop up in Montreal and they say, hey, this competition is going to happen in Montreal. Go and test your fitness. They're going to sell out thousands of tickets, and you're going to run through that CrossFit competition. And it's kind of neat because from I would imagine a logistical standpoint, like when CrossFit goes and does that competition, they know what equipment to bring and everything, you know, they know how to set it up. They know what arena they need. They know the square footage that they need.
I think it's a great idea, but also like not for everything. Because like one of the magics about CrossFit and being good at CrossFit is trying to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I feel like it's very interesting, and I feel like it adds a different layer of like something to try.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. That's why I think HYROX is so popular, because the movements are low skill. My favorite.
Low skill.
Low skill.
Push that sled, baby.
And
That
B, it's very predictable. So there's no surprise. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you sign up.
Yeah.
You can practice specifically for it. And yeah, that's why I think it's popular. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk about that.
Yeah, it's very cool. I would love to sign up for a bigger HYROX thing soon. But here's what I'll
We
tell
would make a
people
good partnership. We would.
How many years have we been married now?
5, by the way.
Coming up on 6.
No, Brandon.
No?
It's our 5-year anniversary of our wedding in August.
Oh, it's our 5th one. I thought it was our 6th one. 21?
That's right. 2026 minus 5 makes 2021, you dummy. What date?
August 15th.
Well done.
Yeah. I think every other podcast we test this.
And the fact that you still don't say it with full confidence is alarming.
But yes, we would make a good partnership.
We do. We would.
We do, and we would.
We have.
I'm glad we clarified that. We have.
No, I just mean like both of us are endurance athletes.
Yeah. Okay. See what you're talking about. Anyways.
Why are you laughing so hard?
I just thought that was a funny comment. But yes. So I don't know where my train of thought was going now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we suck.
Don't
let me take the podcast.
I don't accept your
Let me say what I was going to say, okay? If you're thinking about getting into HYROX, you must find a wife or a husband
that knows what they're talking about.
That needs to know exactly how long you've been married for, and after 5 years, then they'll consider you to be a good partnership. But that might be hard for some people to enter HYROX doing that. So the most easy way to start HYROX, let's give them some tips on this. All right. So the first thing you need to know is that it is an endurance race.
Yes.
So although it is lower skill, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easier. You do need to have an actual aerobic base. You need to be able to move your body, depending if you're doing a half HYROX or a partner half HYROX or a partner full HYROX or a solo full HYROX. You're going to be moving likely anywhere between 35 minutes to up to 2 hours, right? So your body's got to be able to move for that amount of distance.
Right.
So it is a more endurance sport.
Right. In a half, it's 4 kilometers of running without any of the stations and 8 kilometers in a full.
Yeah, exactly. And also all of the stations are cut in half as well. So the half HYROX you did was 500 meters on the ski. In the full HYROX, it's 1,000 meters on the ski. And same thing for the sled push, the sled, everything was
Yeah,
half.
but my point was just that, like, even if it was like without the stations,
Yes.
it's a lot of
I see
running.
what you're
4
saying, yes.
kilometers is a lot of running.
4 kilometers for the half, and then like Susie said, 8K for the full, right? And when you're doing it with a partner, you still have to, you
Run
split
the
the
whole
stations,
distance.
but you run together for that distance.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it too. I do like the fact that it's both you guys has to get out there and run. Yeah. So it's an endurance thing. So you got to train endurance stuff, right?
Yes.
You gotta, number one, you have to run, right? And I think it was a very good example for a lot of people. They like went out to run, they come back, they push a sled, and sure, it gasses your legs, but it's like that sled push took a minute. You pushed it the 12 and a half meters, and then your partner pushed it back for the other 12 and a half meters to complete 25. And that took a minute. So I think for you and Matt, it's maybe under a minute to do that, right?
For sure, under a minute.
So like under a minute before
And
you're
running
out
again.
there for another run, right?
Yeah.
And even
It was a rude awakening how quickly you get back to running.
yes, yeah. So it is a running event. So one, you got to be training running in some capacity, and two, you got to be knowing that you got to be doing a little bit more endurance stuff.
Yeah. Run walking is a great place to start.
Run walk is a fantastic place to start, and I've had a few
Probably
like
the number one way to start running.
yeah, I've had a few consultations with clients recently about their goals, and a lot of people have the goal of improving their running, and that's literally what I told them. Like, hey, you're just gonna start with a run walk, and
Oh my God!
that's where you're
Speaking
gonna
of
increase.
improving your running,
Yeah,
next week,
next week we have Coach Alan Papa Miller
same person.
doing a community hall. He's going to do a full-on presentation, all things running. So like how your body, like what's happening inside your body when you're running, how to improve your running, technique, tools that are needed for running.
Exactly.
So he's going to do like about a 30 to maybe 45-minute presentation on that inside the gym. That's going to be our community hall. That's going to be on
So excited about
Victoria Day, so May 18th at 12:15 p.m. So any of our CrossFit Max members who want to just not just get better at running, but just improve your mindset and understand what is happening to your system when you're actually running, that is a free seminar that we're putting on. And Susie's father has done several decades of running and ultra runner, smashing marathons, and all that stuff. So it'd be really cool to have him do a presentation here, and just to be able to hear his brain talking about it will automatically boost your motivation, but it'll also give you a much better understanding of running, period.
Yeah, make sure you come so that he feels important.
But yeah, so if you're training for HYROX, you got to run. You got to be practicing some endurance stuff. And then you also have to be doing like HYROX specific training, right? We offer a HYROX class every single day. It changes times every single day. Like, it kind of goes like on a ladder for our schedule. It's at like 9 a.m. on Mondays, but then it's 12 p.m. on Tuesdays, 4 and 5 p.m. on Wednesdays, and kind of goes up the schedule and then back down. So you need to have a class dedicated or a training session dedicated specifically to
that style of
HYROX. You need
workout.
to be practicing pushing the sled. You need to be practicing running while doing other things. You need to be, in our HYROX training today, we had running, sled push, the sandbag walking lunge, and then ski erg, right? So practicing those 4 elements, which is 4 out of the 9 stations, helps get you ready and prepared for that stuff, right?
Yes.
So, so you got to be doing at least 1 HYROX training per week. And then what I would also encourage you to do is sign up for something. Sign up for a race.
Like a little local.
Yeah, local one to start, right? Something that's putting a simulation or a race or something on. And then sign up for an actual event, right? If you want to do it end of summer, beginning of fall, just having that, target, the X on the calendar, that's the date that I'm going to be racing, will help give you that little boost of motivation. It'll also help keep you committed to your training plan. It'll give you a deeper why, right? On the days you're like, I just had a stressful day, I just want to go home, versus like, nope, I got to go hit my training session because I've signed up for this HYROX event and I want to be prepared and I want to be ready to go, right? So to help build that consistency in your training. And also, if you're down, grab a partner. Do it with someone.
Partner fun.
Yeah.
Partners are fun. Partner fun. I'm like a cave woman over here. Partner fun. HYROX good.
Talking to Tommy here.
Partners are fun. It
Yeah.
brings like like the stimulus is a little bit lower because you get a tiny bit of rest when you're in the sharing stations.
Yeah.
And B, it gives you a little bit of like a morale boost, like somebody to, encourage you to go faster or somebody to cheer you on and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
highly recommend. I love doing partner workouts.
Yeah, partner workouts are always super fun. So, yeah, HYROX is a booming thing, but it's not an easy thing to sign up for. You do need to make sure that you are training and preparing for it. Get a friend, get a partner that's going to help keep you committed to a training program and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anything
10 on 10.
Anything to add to that, love?
HYROX good, partner fun.
Nailed it.
That's all I have to say.
Nailed it. All right, let's end the podcast the same way we do every single week. Client of the week is someone who has been quietly progressing rapidly. A client
good.
Client
fit.
Progress fast. This client I'll say this. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun because occasionally you have someone new join the gym who hasn't really done any sort of like fitness or done any training.
Mm-hmm.
And then within like a couple months, they are smashing weights that you're like, I don't think they comprehend how impressive the weights are that they're lifting.
Absolutely.
That is this client.
I know exactly who you're talking about. And we didn't discuss this prior.
This client is someone who joined a few months ago, is dedicated. She's working on her nutrition with Coach Alana. She back squatted 2 reps at like 185 last week.
Damn.
And anyway, she's been ultra consistent. She's had a really good mindset, and I really appreciate her in the class. And that client is Lillia.
Yay.
So shout out to Lillia for just being an awesome client. She's really learning quickly. She doesn't comprehend the strength that she has, or the strength that she's building right now and how fast she's doing it. So we got to be mindful of that. But her will to improve and her want to get better, her dedication. She has kids. She's really focusing on her overall health right now, and I love it. So good job, Lillia. Keep it up.
Keep it up, girl.
Yeah. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed this goofy ass episode, but hopefully you guys also got some good
value
from us.
And we will see you on Monday at Coach Allen's
Community Hall
at CrossFit Max at, what is it, at noon?
12:15 p.m.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. See ya.